Okay. Finally, some what we're actually going to talk about. That was like our longest section.
Opening rant.
Yeah, it wasn't a rant. It was way more positive.
Right.
Okay, so huge news. Overwatch 2 is ditching its PvE hero mode. I, if I was an Overwatch fan, I'd be at a loss for words. They got screwed so hard, it's not even funny. None of it was consensual.
Yeah.
There was no there was no lube involved. Nothing. They got nothing to prepare for this.
Right.
They were in a drought. I think it was for 2.5 years since like the last chance or the last wait, what do they call Hero? Yeah, the last Hero release was Echo in Overwatch 1. That was in like 2020, and then Overwatch 2 comes out in 2022 or the later part. And it's like, and like the whole point was because they were making this the PVE mode or the story mode, and now they're like, oh yeah, that ain't happening, Chief.
Yeah, they have now officially made a worse version of Overwatch 1 because they just removed content and then promised other content. It was like, nah, just kidding.
And the funny part here is that Overwatch 2, how do I put it? Not only isn't as fun for some reason, at least to us, like you said, there's less content. There's that. Actually, what I think is going to happen, but like between you, me, and the audience, I think they're scrapping it because they want to make that like what they have into assets for like exclusive timed events.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. That's my big brain philosophy thought on this, where it's like, okay, they're like, what do we get? They're like, what do we get if you release a PvE mode? Literally nothing, because the game's free to play. Okay, so what do we? And they have, and people have played the PvE parts and like at BlizzCon and stuff like that, and they said it was like super fun. But like, I think they're like, you know what? Now we can just add these into like stupid timed events for the battle pass, or not battle pass, the seasons. And I know you sent me that image of like the oh, there, it's right there. The roadmap. Actually, I can put it up on screen. But this was from like, I think this was from like season 3 or 4, or like when they're just trying to give like the roadmap for the year.
Right.
So like, yeah, it's older, and now they're like, yeah, this part story missions. Yeah, no. JK. And like, what I think the worst part about this is that it doesn't justify the lack of content for those 2 years. It's complete wasted time. You know, they could have had more heroes. They only got 3 new heroes on release, and now there's like 2 more since it came out.
Did they even release more? I feel like I haven't heard anything about new characters in this game.
They announced some like ninja healer and ninja healer.
Oh, Ramadtra, right. I remember that. That was it. Oh, Life Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
That's
stupid. Who cares?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I guess like they should have had at least like 10 if they're gonna for a new game. I don't know. Oh, look here. Apparently, at some point, Roadhog's getting a rework. Maybe they'll give him like a diet. Like,
yeah, he'll slim down.
Is he that bad? Is that why he's getting a rework? I know you know nothing about Overwatch or anything like that, but
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he really ever needed a rework, but I don't know what like the metas and stuff are now for this game.
Well, I mean, he is a tank, and you only get 1 tank per team now, so kind of screwed on that one. Let's see here. So, Mischief and Magic, Cinematic Reveal, Summer Games, mini comp season on fire returns, Creator Workshop mode for season 5, Blue Team. I mean, like, I don't know, it just seems kind of boring cookie cutter content. I don't know what, or Season 7 Beyond, new tank hero, collaboration event, new control map, new winter event, new hero mastery missions, multiplayer. Well, they can just remove that because that's just defaulted.
Yeah, just take it out.
Roadhog rework, fan favorite modes return. That's ambiguous. Cinematic debuts. I don't. Maybe that's coming back because why is it? Even though the PvE's gone. Competitive mystery heroes returns. What is mystery heroes? Competitive mystery heroes. I don't know what that means. Lore codex, somber rework. Yeah. So This article that we're basing all this off is like this interview that I believe GameSpot had with
Yeah, with Aaron Keller,
right.
one of the big guys there, I guess. Oh,
Let's
game
see.
director.
Their quote, I think it would characterize it slightly differently, which we're doing part of what the team had set out to do, but not the entirety of what was discussed back at BlizzCon 2019. So the real focus is on the story missions and the experience as opposed to the more open-ended hero mode and that stuff. So far to say, yeah. So it's fair to say that the experience that you showed during first Overwatch 2 reveal is not going to be the one that's released at any point. Exactly. So we're definitely not doing the hero mode and the talents and the power progression system, which is like that was like the whole hype part, like
That was the whole
the
gimmick and reason you were making Overwatch 2 and not just adding it to the first game.
right. Like that's literally what you like. What? That was the gimmick. That's what was taking you so long. Also, doesn't Activision Blizzard have like an insane amount of money, particularly Blizzard for Overwatch? Like, didn't they make
Oh,
Goku
Blizzard?
money?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go over this whole interview, but he's basically like just explaining why they had the backpedal and broadly speaking, you've probably done a lot of work on PvE. How much of all that is going to make its way to PvP or repurposed? There's a lot that went to PvE. It's not just the content that we made. Some of this is tools and technology. So if you look at Junkenstein's Wrath of the Bride from last year, that was using all our new mission technology that we had developed for Overwatch 2. So the PvE content that we develop in the future is going to be using all the technology and tools that we created before. It'll be using new enemy ecologies, that we've developed for Overwatch 2. There's a lot of different, really big story mission maps. And then we talked about a lot of blah, 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 boring. So basically, yeah, like I said, they're just trying to repurpose it. Like they can't let it go to waste. Like, oh yeah,
pretty much.
But not this. There's no way the skill tree's coming back. Which was like again, like, but didn't they originally advertise it so like that skill tree would have been part of multiplayer? Wasn't that like the?
It was supposed to be like universal, yeah,
right,
yeah.
So I don't know why, or I mean, like what? It just I don't know. If I was an Overwatch 2 fan, I'd love for anyone who's listening at some point just tell me why. If you're not pissed off, why aren't you pissed off? Because I would be.
Right.
I feel like completely betrayed. The competitive scene is like jank because they removed one tank player, which now I guess looking back doesn't make sense because none of the changes that they promised are happening.
Right.
The real story here is how do we take the resources that we have, the team that we have that is so passionate about this game, to make what people are playing the very best version of it that can be. That's our focus right now. Because I'm not gonna bring it back because I don't remember where it is. At some point in this, he mentions how like people realized that a huge shift was made internally because no new content was coming out and they're all working on PvE stuff. So the assumption is that they're going to bring most of that PvE team onto PvP and possibly release heroes more often. Yeah, they have a different skill set.
Right.
Also, what'd you do? Lose a shoe? You're
my shoe, like,
yeah. You're like what's that shit? I thought you were looking under your desk.
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm doing a quick mouse check.
Oh, spider check.
Spider mouse check live. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, it's cool that it's free to play, but I don't know. I don't.
They just like have blundered this thing from day one. And
oh yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You
Overwatch fans need to be pissed. I loved Overwatch 1. I was so into that game. And even this one, like the first day we played, I was like, once we like actually got into a game because the servers were absolutely destroyed. This game, I was like kind of feeling it again a little bit, but like, I don't know. It just, I don't know. They just like all these broken promises they keep making for this game. Like, I don't understand how people aren't pissed about this more.
Let's see. My Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anything about like on Reddit or anything like that, but maybe because it only happened, what was it, today or was it yesterday?
Right.
Too strong. Apparently on release, everyone was saying the tanks are too strong. Everyone is too squishy and deals too much damage. There's just a bunch of issues. Like, which is weird because Overwatch got Game of the Year I think in 2017.
Yeah, whenever it came out, I think, or the
Right,
year
and it
after
just
it came out.
just in this weird just downslide. It's just like you never really hear positive things about Overwatch anymore.
No, everybody hates it. Even the people who are like diehard fans that play it every day still, they just hate it. I don't I don't get it.
And apparently there was like matchmaking problems for a few months in Overwatch 2. Yeah, it's just not a good time to be an Overwatch player. This is like, again, just removing the PVE what everyone was just waiting on. And the fact that it was on the roadmap, like at some point after like season 2 or 3, they released the roadmap for the year, and it's supposed to happen in season 6. So they had an idea that it would be released at that point. Like at some point, they're
Right.
like, okay, we're gonna release this at this time. And if that's not happening, either like how did you either A, vastly underestimate like how much development you put into it, or B, why didn't you just push it back by a couple seasons so you can release it?
Right. Right. Just take your time with it. There was nothing wrong with the first game. It wasn't like it was dying or anything. Like
They wanted to add lore, and then they just for some reason couldn't. I just don't.
right.
I
All these
don't know
other
what the
games
issue
can
is.
do it in an update. I don't get why you had to make a whole new game.
Right?
And
Like I
like
mean,
you're not even charging for it. Like that was the problem too. Is like what were you gaining out of making a whole new game and taking out a player from the multiplayer? And like you could have just done this single player mode as an expansion for the first one. Like I don't know.
it literally felt like the first one when I played it. I couldn't tell a difference other than the new characters.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's just not a fun time. It's just like, new champions. It's a next gen upgraded. What to do? Oh, and I can play with one less person, so that's cool. It's like,
Right.
where's the fun in that? And I don't know. Or like maybe we'll play it again sometime. I mean, you said you really like it, so like I'd be willing to play it again with you. But
Right. Try it out again.
just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it
Maybe
would
in
really
like
take.
August. I don't know.
When's the next gaming dry spell?
Like August, I think. As of right now, I think it's August because I don't even know. I'm gonna keep saying like E3 time because that's just June
Right.
when everybody makes their announcements. But like we have nothing for the end of the year right now. Nintendo needs to have a direct. Sony's having one next week, which they announced. So we'll have something from them. Xbox announced theirs for like literally the day it would have been if E3 was still happening. So I
April.
think we're good till like July, pretty much.
Let's see here. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre game comes out in August. Smurfs
I
Cart.
totally forgot that was coming out.
Smurf Cart. Hello, the next
Oh,
sensation.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not sure if you're
Oh,
into that.
I'd like to play that. Yeah, I'm sure George would play it, and Rob probably would play it
Yeah,
with us.
we hate those guys.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Look, I got
July.
Zelda to hold me over till Diablo in June, and then Diablo and Final Fantasy 16 will hold me over till Pikmin in July. That's my roadmap right now.
Exo Prime was also in
Season
July.
2 is about to start soon.
Wait, season 2 of what?
My life.
Oh.
Season 1 is Tears of the Kingdom. Season 2 is when Diablo comes out.
What? Yeah, well, I'm excited for Exo Primal, and that's a week before Pikmin 4.
Oh, I forgot that was coming out as well.
Yeah, that's
I want to play that again. That was fun.
Disney Illusion Island, that like 4-player co-op platformer.
We could probably try it. I have a feeling it'll be on Game Pass, so
I think it's only
I'm
from
sure
the
it'd be
Switch.
stupid fun. Oh well,
And I think it's only
screw
local
that.
multiplayer.
Oh, screw that! Wow.
I mean, I could just hit you up and be like, hey, you want to play some Disney
Come
Elite? I'm
over,
not sure you're getting
play
it, but
Disney with me.
August. And then September, Rune Factory 3 Special Edition, Starfield, Super Bomberman R2. I mean, really, September's only being held by a thread, and that's why Starfield. But I assume these later months are going to be defined by Sony's state of play.
Right. and Nintendo's Direct whenever they have that.
Oh, I was also reading that apparently. You know what? Hold on a second. Let's. I'm gonna call it there for Overwatch for the article here. So